welcome to Amrit Raswadan. I'm Shweta Ranjan. Indian classical music has a plethora of instruments and they all are unique in their own ways. In our show, you have met many renowned artists who have carved a place for themselves. In the series, we have with us today Dr. Chandrima Majumdar, who is one of the few women sarodists of the country. She has proved her competence on the unfretted lute, the sarod. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Sarod is considered as one of the most difficult instruments. Why so?
Sarod is considered to be a difficult instrument because there are no frets, like we don't have markings for sa, re, ga, ma.
So we have to assume it?
We have to, yes, not assume, but there are places which we have to perfect by practice and by ear. So there is a definite place for re and ga which we have to perfect in our minds and in our fingers, on our fingers through practice. But having said that, I think that all instruments are equally difficult.
Maybe also because of the skin which is used.
Because of the skin, no, that doesn't make it any more difficult to play. That just adds to the tonal quality, the unique tonal quality that sarod has because of wood and steel and skin. Three things coming together give it a very unique sound. So the tonal quality is because of these three elements. Usually instruments have two or maybe one. They are made of either one material or two. So sarod has three. There are a couple of more instruments which have various kinds of materials being used. That's what gives them the different sound qualities.
How did sarod happen to you?
Sarod was a very much loved instrument in our family. Everybody loved listening to sarod, but there are no sarod players in our family, or nobody had learnt the sarod. We only listened to records of great masters like Ustad Ali Akbar Khan Sahab, and actually it was my elder sister who was in love with a particular record, and she would play it day in and day out. During vacations or on holidays, she would play Ustad Ali Akbar Khan's records day in and day out. So I also naturally grew up hearing all that. She's 4 years elder to me. And once when I heard actually a live recital of my guru, Pandit Narendranath Dhar, then I felt that I should learn this instrument. Before that I had never heard it live. I had always heard it on a record. We were in Jhansi at that time where there was just one music concert. I spent 8 years of my childhood in Jhansi, and that city had only just one music concert to boast of. So we never heard a sarod recital there. When I came to Lucknow, there I heard my guru playing, and I wanted to learn it immediately.
How did it happen in Lucknow?
He was in Lucknow. He was teaching at Bhatkhande Music College at that time. So I enrolled in the college to learn from him. So that's how it happened, and then I went on to do the usual course that is there. That's called Visharad and Nipun, and all these degrees are offered as per the Bhatkhande music system. But since I was the only student in my class, we began with about 4 or 5 students, and then gradually they kept leaving. So I was the only student in my class. So the talim that I got was actually like a Guru Shishya Parampara, and there were very few students in sarod. So I had the entire time that was dedicated for other classes also. I used to sit in the class throughout, whether it was my class or my seniors class or my juniors class. I would be sitting there in the class, and my guru very generously, he would continue to teach me if the student didn't come. If the student was absent for the next class, he would continue teaching me, and then I kept sitting, and then if another class went on, there also I kept sitting. And once that was over, if the next class didn't happen, then again my talim continued. So it was like that. So I learned at least for 5 to 6 hours under my guru every day. Not 6 but 5.
Our viewers must be waiting to hear another piece from you.
मैं आपको राग तिलक कामोद सुनाती हूँ. ये राग मुझे बहुत पसंद है. राग छोटा है लेकिन बहुत खूबसूरत है और इसको कई फिल्मों में भी बहुत यूज़ किया गया है. तो पेश है तिलक कामोद.
Beautiful, indeed beautiful. So what kind of training did you get? It was rigorous?
Yes, rigorous. I mean, my guru would practice and he would ask me also to practice along with him. And, I was practicing under him. He would teach me one thing and then I was practicing under his guidance for the rest of the time. So it happened like that. So though I was in an institute, but my talim happened in a much more one-to-one, and it was not as per the syllabus. I mean, he taught me whatever he felt I should learn or whatever I was prepared to take in.
Maybe also because he saw the light in you and he saw your dedication.
That I don't know, but he was a very generous teacher, and if he felt that I was prepared to go to the next step, he would immediately teach me something new. And he has done that, I think, with all the students. He never restricted himself to just the syllabus. He would teach us at least 10 bandishes. If we were required to learn only 10 tans, he would teach us at least 50, or at least tell us the way to make another 100. So that's how his teaching was, So I just loved, actually, because I knew that if I hung around, I would definitely end up learning something more. So that's what kept me glued to the room, music room. Not because he saw the dedication in me or not. It was not that way. It's because I knew if I was around, I would definitely end up learning something more. So that's why.
How was the reaction of the family when you disclosed that you wanted to learn Sarod?
They were very happy, and my father was always very keen that his daughters should learn music and that they should take it up very seriously. So there were a few apprehensions raised because you use nails for playing sarod, and there were very few women sarod players. So naturally, then some friends and other family members, they said, why sarod? She can easily take up a sitar, that's more feminine and all that. People have these misconceptions. It's very strange. But there's nothing like that.
At what age did you take up or decide to learn Sarod?
I was 13.
13. So did they not tell you just to take it as a hobby and build your career in academics?
No. My father was very open with the fact that he wanted us to do well in whatever we chose to do. It was not a pre-decided thing that my daughters are going to study this to become this, or they're going to learn music to become musicians. I was very good in studies. I was always topping my class. I did my master's in economics and I topped in the university also. But even then, they did not pressurize me to go in for, say, a bank job or whatever, IAS exams that my friends were taking, or, the usual course that people take. So my father was like, if you want to do that, you can do that. If you want to keep learning Sarod, you do that. If you want to just play Sarod, you can do that. Whatever you want to do. Yes, but do it well. That's what he wanted us to do. No matter what you do, if you want to be, even if you want to teach, you teach well. So just put your heart and soul into whatever you want to.
When was the first performance?
I was 18.
So only after 5 years of learning?
Yes, it was very strange because I had strict instructions from my guru never to perform in front of even family members for the time that I was learning. And so in those 5 years I had never ever played anywhere, not even at home in an informal way.
So didn't they tell you kya sikh rahi ho, batao to, sunao to?
No, of course I used to practice at home in front of my parents. That of course happened, but like nowadays it happens whenever relatives come over, friends come over to your place, then kuch sunao, seekh rahe ho to kuch to sunao. So that I had strict instructions from my guru that you're not going to play in front of anybody till I tell you to. So then I appeared for this All India Radio competition that is conducted by the All India Radio for people between 16 to 24 years, I think. So I appeared for that competition when I was around 17. And I just appeared for that competition because my guru told me to. And I qualified for that. And then the prize winners have to give a performance. And that too, it was not held in Lucknow, it was held in Pune. The prize distribution was supposed to be held at Pune. So I went all the way to Pune and gave my first performance there. So that's how it happened.
You were also instrumental in starting a department for Sarod in Banasthali Vidyapeeth. How did it happen?
Yes, it just happened that I went there, and thanks to the director of the institute, who felt that I could teach Sarod over there. I played, and they felt that they could actually start a department. So it just happened. So he asked me that can you start a department for Sarod. It was not like a post that was advertised for Sarod. It was not like that. They didn't have a department of Sarod over there. So the director asked me, so I said yes, why not, I would love to. So it just started. He was very generous. He ordered for almost 15 Sarods, and then we had few students to begin with, since it was a new instrument. Then when I left the institute after 3 years, there were at least 25 students who were learning, 20 to 25 students who were learning Sarod, and now I hear that there are many more girls who have taken up. So that's really heartening.
It is really amazing. You inspired so many girls to do it.
This is really amazing because most of the central universities in our country don't offer Sarod as a subject. In fact, they don't offer Sarangi or Israj or even for other instruments like veena, which is, you know, all our instruments.
Yeah, of course, you can't teach that on sitar.
Yes, you can't. You can't.
Why don't we hear you play Sarod once again before we close the show?
अंत में, जैसा कि संगीत में हमारे परंपरा है भैरवी से ख़त्म करने का, तो थोड़ा सा भैरवी आपको सुनाती हूँ.
Thank you so much for being with us on the show.
Thank you. Been a pleasure talking to you.
That's all, viewers, for today. Next time again we'll meet with a new personality. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.